Go.
Hi everyone, it's Concert Canuck here. We are shooting in Red Deer, Alberta today, where April Wine will be playing a concert at Beau's Bar and Grill. I'm so pleased and so thrilled to be with someone who I absolutely love so much. Lead singer of April Wine and guitarist Marc. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for
nice weather.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's
our little terrace just for us.
We have a beautiful scenic area today with all these wonderful flowers. Thank you again so much for allowing me to interview today. This is a huge thrill.
My pleasure. You did a really nice write-up for us on Facebook, so it's the least I can do.
Oh, thank you.
On that Triumph tour, you had nothing but good things to say
Oh my gosh, I was so tired by the end of your set because I danced nonstop through all of those non-stop, like the 9 songs that you did in that set. And I think I drove my friend Louise was beside me. She's already used to me dancing to April Wine because we've seen April Wine before.
Yeah, you were to my left in the front row. I remember you wore that shirt.
I did.
Yeah.
I was right in front of Brian and sang and danced. And by the time Triumph came on, I was a little tired.
That's good. We did our job. We tired you out before Triumph.
I was actually really excited when you were announced as being part of that tour.
So were we. It was the tour of my life.
Was it?
Oh my goodness, it was incredible. I watched every sound check. I watched every show, every song. I mean, it's just, when I had a paper route when I was 12 years old, first job I ever got was throwing papers and delivering newspapers. And the first paycheck I ever got was like $8. I went and bought an album. It was Rock and Roll Machine by Triumph.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was, and Gil Moore's singing style was something that I would sing along to. So it practiced me to become a singer by imitating him.
Yes.
Rick Emmett's guitar playing. I mean, it was a great, full circle moment for me to be on tour with those guys. So yeah, it was very cool.
I was going to ask this later, but we'll talk about Triumph now. So what was it like being with Rick Emmett, Gil Moore, and all the guys?
Super nice guys, professional. Rick Emmett's just like a kid. We had these amazing conversations about guitar players and jazz, and at one time he said I stepped on the wrong pedal on my pedal board and it threw me off for a couple of songs, and Miles Kennedy was there, and he's this famous rock star singer, and I was worried I'd look like a moron in front of Miles Kennedy, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Rick Emmett, and he goes through all the same crap that I go through when I step on a wrong pedal or my brain starts thinking instead of just playing what comes naturally. He was a passionate musician, And then I told him, I said, Rick, Miles wasn't even there that night. He said he was playing in the same city, but he was playing the same time we were. He goes, really? I go, yeah. I goes, okay, phew. So he was worried about thinking that he'd look silly, and when he's just like a monster musician, he's a legend, right? He's Rick Emmett, for Pete's sakes.
Yes.
But it was really neat to see the human being behind the guy who's like still worried about, am I playing properly? Am I sounding good? And so that's, for me, that's great, because that's a passionate musician.
Yes.
Right? If he would have been blasé and didn't care about anything, it would have been like, but he was super nice and always interesting to talk with and passionate. And that's what I got the most out of that whole tour, was that everybody was passionate about what they did and super professional.
Yes.
I didn't watch every song on every show just because I was a fan. I was taking notes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'm
watching Todd Kearns, and I'm watching Brent Fitz, and I'm watching Phil X, and I'm watching what they're doing.
Yes.
And I'm going, okay, because I want to up my game. I want to be the best front guy I can be.
Absolutely.
So you watch the guys that are good, right? So, yeah.
I was with you on that one. My friend actually turned around during the show because she was like, Maria, you're not dancing and screaming like you usually are, because I watched the show literally like was my facial expression for the whole show. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm just in awe. I never thought I'd get to see Triumph live. I thought that was one band I would never get to see. And there it was, right?
Yeah, and they played every night was better. Or if not better, stable. Like they didn't have any stinkers. Like no bad shows, no technical problems.
I agree.
The crew is amazing. The road managers, everybody was super sweet to work with, and one big family.
Yes.
You know, so I hope we get to do it again.
I hope so too. Triumph, if you're watching this, please do a second tour and bring April wine. We need this. So
it was a good bill. It was a good, you know, Canadian rock double bill.
No, it was 100%. And I mean, all of us that went, my videographer, Alan, who you can't see, was there. And a lot of us, we all had the time of our lives. So
yeah, we all know those songs. We all grew up with them.
Yes.
That's what April Wine's all about. It's about the songs.
Yes.
You know, it's not about this schmuck here singing up there. It's about what do you remember when I sing Just Between You and Me, you know? Was it your first date? Did you get married to that song, you know? It's like, I've seen couples fall in love in front of my eyes. I was playing Just Between You and Me, and this gentleman is singing it to his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. He's singing it to her, you know? And then he turns and he starts singing to me, and I look at her, look at him, while he's singing to me, and she fell in love with him, that all over again, you know, right in front of my eyes. I'm like, I could see it. It's great. It's the power of music, right?
That has not happened to me at an April Wine show, but I must be doing something wrong.
I see it. I see the power that these songs have. I see the memories. I see the wheels spinning. You know, like it's great. I'm pretty blessed to be able to be a witness to all these people's memories that these songs bring them.
No, for sure. And I mean, April Wine is one of those bands. Like, I remember when I was 8, first seeing Rock Myself to Sleep on the video channel. That was my first experience with April Wine, and
right.
Miles Goodwin is in that in his leather jacket, and
right.
it was just like, ooh. Even though I was 8, I was like, who is this guy, right?
Yeah.
And
he's a rock star.
He's a total rock star. And I mean, it's a great song. And you know, obviously, as I got older, I was able to go see a lot of April Wine shows while Miles was still alive, and they still have not done that song live. I still have not seen. I probably won't, but we'll talk about that later, because that's actually a question that came up too in when I posted about this interview. But remembering all the memories attached to April Wine, like when I was in university, I would always go to the record flea markets to find records, or secondhand stores to find records, because back in those days they didn't, you know, put the prices at really, really high levels in secondhand
right,
stores. Records were 99 cents,
99
right?
cents, yeah.
So I'd go dig through for April Wine ones, and then I'd throw them on while I was writing my term papers, and lots of good memories attached to the band, right?
Miles was an amazing songwriter. You know, the band it's part of our. I never bought an April Wine record.
No, really?
Didn't have to. It was on the radio all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I went anywhere, I could hear April Wine. So
yes.
I knew that music by osmosis. I just knew it.
Yes.
I don't even remember listening to it. I just knew it.
Yes.
Because it was always there. It's part of our, you know, upbringing.
Yes.
So.
Well, I want to start back to your youth. I read on
Can we go back that far?
We can. We will.
Let's go back to a time where dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Where Marc is in grade 12, and he decides in his math class.
Oh my God, how do you know that?
I read it actually in your bio.
Oh my goodness.
And that's when you decided to be a professional musician, is that correct?
Yeah, well, I was cheating on a math test.
Were you?
Yeah, I was really hating my math class, and I go, this is not for me, man. And it's funny because I decided to be a musician, but musician's all about math. Music's all about math. It's a lot, you know, has a lot to do with numbers and stuff, and I was pretty bad at it. But anyways, yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. My buddy Don and we were always jamming in his basement, and at one point the teachers at school went on strike for like 6 months, and every morning my dad would drop me off at Don's place, and we'd just play guitar for that 6 months. We put a band together, we wrote songs, and when we got back to school, I remember in math, I just said, man, I just want to play music, you know? And we had a great teacher named Régent Gauvreau. And Régent, bless your soul, Monsieur Gauvreau, he had a big band, and he worked. He would play like the Chateau Laurier in Ottawa and play corporate events and big parties and stuff. And he hired Don and I to play guitar in his big band. So right away at 17, I'm like wearing a tux and reading chord charts and playing. I'm playing jazz in a big orchestra, learning the tools of how to be a professional musician.
Wow.
You know, because of Régent.
Yeah.
And then I'd stick around and help him tear down the lights and the PA and stick it all in the van. And I learned slowly, you know, And we all have great teachers in our youth, right? Teachers
Yes.
who have, you know, had a big impact on us. And Régent, for me, and my buddy Don as well. I mean, he'd hire us, and then he'd write a check and he'd pay me.
Oh my gosh, that's
You know,
amazing.
and then I'd go home and I go, holy cow! I just played guitar all night and I got paid to do it.
Merci, Réjean. If you're watching this,
Régent, merci, Régent.
That's a great story, and I mean, teachers have.
Yeah, teachers are amazing, man. We can't. Where would we be without teachers, right?
Oh, exactly. No, 100%. So you were with the band 8 Seconds,
I was.
and I also read that you opened for a lot of huge names like Duran Duran and David Bowie.
That was actually the same show.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because David Bowie in '87 had a tour called the Glass Spider Tour.
Yes.
The whole stage was like a big spider.
Yes.
And what he did was he would take Duran Duran out on the whole tour. So Duran Duran were the opening act for David Bowie for that whole tour.
Okay.
But every time they went into a city, they'd get a local band
Yeah.
to open for Duran Duran.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have 3 bands.
Yeah.
And 8 Seconds at that time were very popular. We had a big hit with Kiss You When It's Dangerous in
Yes.
Canada. And he was playing at Lansdowne Park in Ottawa, and 8 Seconds are from Ottawa. So we were a shoo-in to open up for Duran Duran. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I got to be side stage for Duran Duran and David Bowie, you know?
I was going to say, did you get to watch the show? Did you get to watch-
Absolutely,
Okay.
from the stage. I touched Peter Frampton's guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. And I remember the lights go down. I see this limousine pull up in back of the stage, the lights go down. And then Bowie walks out of the car. They hand him a microphone. He steps on stage. Boom, the show starts.
Oh, wow.
And then when he left,
Yeah.
he was like, good night. He's off. He's in the limousine. He's gone. And people are still applauding. Like, nobody's left.
Oh, wow.
And he's already on his way to his plane or whatever. It was like, it was pretty impressive to how tightly organized that whole thing was, you know?
Yeah.
It was great. We got to do a North American tour with Wang Chung. We did a bunch of universities in the United States. We started in California, went all the way up to New York City. I got to play First Avenue, which is the club where Prince shot Purple Rain.
Yes.
In Minneapolis. Did the Ritz in New York, the Bottom Line in New York, these amazing clubs. So yeah, it was pretty incredible. You know, I was 21 years old. And I thought that's what happened. Like, you practiced really hard in your bedroom and you became a rock star.
Yeah.
I had no clue what the business was all about. Like, I had an idea of how to play in a big band.
Yeah.
You know, and dress up in a tux and that, because I was getting to do that every now and then. But I had never done a club gig or a bar gig, or got screwed by a promoter, or got thrown beer and crap at you, or got all the stuff that happens in bars.
Yeah.
Didn't have a clue. I started here.
Yeah.
You know, my first show with 8 Seconds was Ottawa Congress Center, 4,000 people, opening up for Luba, right?
Oh, wow.
That's like, and I have no clue. I've never done a club. So when the 8 Seconds things, when they gave me the boot, I moved to Montreal, and then I started playing the raggedy, the raggedy clubs in Quebec and Ontario and the blues circuits. And then I realized, okay, this is what being a musician's all about, you know, playing these really bad clubs and not getting paid, and dope deals and people throwing up on you. And
Oh my gosh, no, are you serious?
oh yeah. Yeah, sleeping in the venue in a bed that's like this over the kitchen, so all you smell is oil coming from the kitchen.
Wow.
You know, going to bed at 3 a.m. and there's like 10 people at the bar, and then you wake up at 11 in the morning and you go back downstairs and the same 10 people are at the bar. They haven't left. It's
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
So have you actually had a beer thrown at you?
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh God.
I've had all kinds of stuff. Quarters thrown at me, and
Oh gosh.
you know when you do this, you know that
Yeah.
beer caps.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
With 8 Seconds, we did the Misty Moon in Halifax, and then we did Dartmouth. Forget the name of the club across in Dartmouth. But there was literally chicken wire in front of the stage. Like, remember, Andreas looks at me and goes, "Fight's gonna break out any minute." As soon as he said that, a fight broke out at the back of the bar. It was crazy. Yeah, so then I started, you know, learning the craft a bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should write a book about all these stories.
I have a bunch of stories. Actually, a good friend of mine said I should do that. So maybe one day, who knows?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you've traveled extensively, like with all of
Yes.
your different bands. What are your favorite memories from some of the countries that you've gone to?
Wonderful memories everywhere. Africa, Senegal was incredible. Jakarta, Indonesia was incredible. Japan, Tokyo was amazing. North America. I mean, I never would have gone to these places, you know, had it not been for music.
Right.
So I would get a call for these gigs, and I'd go audition. If I get the show, if I'd get the gig, even though sometimes it wasn't the kind of music that I did enjoy it, but not like the real kind of music I liked. But I'd play it anyways because I'd say to myself, I'm going to Indonesia. When am I going to get a chance to go to Indonesia?
Oh,
right?
exactly, yes.
Or Tokyo or Africa. So yeah, every place was very memorable.
Yeah.
Africa was worse because I got sick in Africa and I got diagnosed with malaria.
Oh no.
And the cure for malaria is a deep muscular injection in the top of your butt. It's like a horse needle.
Yep.
Deep intramuscular injection, and then when the fluid would hit my muscle, it was so damn painful. Sometimes my leg would snap on its own. So I got 2 shots a day for 10 days. And then when I got back to Montreal, I went to an AIDS clinic and I said, I've just been getting shots in Africa, you know, for the last 10 days. I'm not sure those needles were always clean. Can we do an AIDS test?
Yes.
And the doctor said, what did you have? And I said, I got malaria. And he goes, oh, really? He says, how quickly were you sick? I said, inside of about 48 hours, you know. He goes, malaria has an incubation period of 10 days.
Oh.
I never had malaria. I got sunstroke.
Oh.
So I got treated for malaria.
Oh my gosh.
And I never had malaria.
Wow.
And I remember playing hacky sack by myself at noon in Senegal, and nobody's around, right? 'Cause everybody's sleeping or everybody's like away from the sun, and here I am, white skinned, blue eyed.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Oh my
Playing
gosh.
by myself. What's going on? How come there's nobody around?
Yeah, yeah.
Phew, the sun just knocked me. So I had really bad sunstroke. So so I got treated for malaria in Africa.
That's
so I'll
quite the
remember
story.
that.
Yeah.
I was with Freddie James, and they nicknamed me Needle Butt. So for that whole tour, I was, hey, Needle Butt, come here. Yeah, I was a Needle Butt because I thought I had malaria.
Oh my
That's what the
gosh.
doctor there said. Imagine that. The doctor over there said I had malaria
Yeah.
because I had all the symptoms. I was feverish. My eyes were pussed shut.
Yeah.
Just really not feeling well. So I had mosquito bites around my ankles.
Yes.
So he said, you've got malaria. But he didn't know I'd only been there for 48 hours, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Wow. That is quite that's a crazy story.
It is a crazy.
I work in healthcare. I haven't heard one like crazy.
Oh, there you go.
No, I have like a
Yeah, so I had to go back to Montreal to get told, dude, you probably just had heat stroke or sunstroke, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. I want you to talk about Wang Dang Doodle.
Sure.
I'm also curious to know how that name came to be because it is pretty funky.
Sure. So when I 8 Seconds ended, I moved to Montreal. I enrolled into Concordia University in the music program, and I started a blues band called Wang Dang Doodle. And the blues circuit in Quebec and Ontario in those days was pretty good. You can play, a lot. So I put a band together with the bass player I met at a party. We threw a party. I was living with 2 other guys. We threw a party. A bunch of people showed up. We didn't know who they were, and we had a band in the living room, and we just jammed, right? And this guy walks in, plugs in his bass, and we played for 2 hours. And then we went, "Hi, I'm Marc," and he goes,
Yep.
"Hi, I'm Gilbert." We didn't even know we didn't know each other, but we played for 2 hours before we introduced each other, or introduce ourselves to each other. So Wang Dang Doodle comes from B.B. King. I was watching Entertainment Tonight one night. They were interviewing him, and they said, "You have a good show, Mr. King." And he said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna Wang Dang Doodle tonight." And I go, "That comes from the mouth of B.B. King? That's the name of my band."
Oh,
and
that
I
is
had no
awesome.
clue
Yeah.
that it's an old blues song. It's
Yeah.
a Willie Dixon song.
Wow.
We're going to Wang Dang Doodle all night long. It's an old.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know when I liked the name. So I put that blues band together in 1989, and I still play once a month with that band, and I love it. I love it.
I was going to say, you're still together. Yes.
Yeah, there's been like 20 different bass players, 30 different drummers. I've had harmonica players, tenor sax players, violinists, percussionists. I've had all kinds of keyboard players. I've had all kinds of musicians go through that band.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going on, and I love it. Because when I play in April Wine, I do a show.
Yes.
I play with my eyes open, I look at you, I try to do the best I can with these songs.
Yes.
When I play in Wang Dang Doodle, I play with my eyes closed all night, because
Yes.
I just improvise.
Yes.
We never know how we're gonna play the songs.
Yes.
We start, and we're going this way, and that's it.
Yes.
So it's wonderful.
Are you missing soundcheck, by the way, right now?
No, that's virtual soundcheck.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
We've got some say hello going on in the background. It sounds really good. Okay, so you joined April Wine in 2022.
Yeah.
And you were chosen by Miles Goodwin.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't know this story, and it's obvious from some of the comments that are on social media. So can you please tell this story so everyone can know?
Which one? There's a few of them.
Whichever one you like to tell.
Well, there's the two main stories with Miles are,
Okay.
I got the gig 8 years ago, and I said no, because Livia was 18 months old.
Your daughter, yes.
My daughter.
Yeah.
This is Livia, this is Amelia, they're my daughters, and I had to be a dad. I couldn't go out with April Wine because I had an 18-month-old daughter. So I said no. And then my buddy said, you've been struggling in the clubs for 30 years and you just said no to April Wine. I go, I gotta be a dad.
Yes.
Miles kept looking. 7 years go by, post-COVID. I did a bunch of videos on my Facebook page that kept me going for COVID. He saw those, and he remembered me from a phone audition I did 8 years ago. And he goes, let's call him again. So I got the call a second time, and I took out an acoustic guitar with my iPhone, and I just recorded 2-3 songs. And I sent it to him, and I go, Miles, this is as naked as it gets.
Yes.
It's me recorded on my iPhone with an acoustic guitar. If you like my voice, maybe we've got something here. And he was listening to it, and one of his best friends called. And he picked up the phone, and Miles said to his friend on the phone, he says, what do you think of this? And his friend said, well, that's just you singing and playing guitar. And
Wow.
Miles said, that's my guy.
Yeah.
If his best friend thought I was Miles,
Yeah.
so whoever that guy is, I owe you a beer.
There you go. If you're watching
because he got me the gig. I guess Miles liked what he was hearing too, but he just asked his buddy, what do you think? And his
Right.
buddy said, well, it's just you, isn't it? So I got a second chance.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't say no a second time.
No, that, and we're certainly glad you didn't, because you do a great job keeping the songs and the music alive.
Thank you.
So what songs were those that you auditioned with?
I did Say Hello, and I did Just Between You and Me, and I did Roller.
So are those some of your favorites, or are there others that are your favorites?
All my favorites. I mean, one I really like is On Fire For You Baby, because we just slow everything down, and I get to just really concentrate on singing more than I like Say Hello. I can really do my best on the vocal, but when you've got a rocking number like Roller and you're jumping all over the place, you're not always like, you're trying to do the best you can on vocals, but it's not like a ballad where you can really take your time and sing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, every song is great. April Wine. Why?
So I had this question come in on Facebook. And it's about the song. So my two favorite April Wine songs I've never heard live, and one of them is "Rock Myself to Sleep," which we were talking about earlier, and the other one is "This Could Be the Right One."
Yeah. So you like the '80s April Wine?
I do. Yeah. I'm definitely the '80s.
Yeah.
So what are some of the songs that you wish could be added to the set list?
I really like Fast Train.
Yes.
And we've played it, so that's one of my favorites. I like Rock and Roll's a Vicious Game because it really shows Brian in another light. He's a killer harmonica player.
He is, yes.
So I like when we play that because he takes off his guitar and plays harmonica.
Yes.
And I love the sound of harmonica in a rock context. So I love those songs. There's a bunch of tunes. We might, we're talking about doing full albums pretty soon.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because Harder, Faster, and Harder, Faster is going to turn 50.
That's fantastic.
So
I feel old now, but
Yeah. So we might do like an album kind of concert, where we play the whole thing from start to finish.
Yes.
So we're talking about that.
No, that's great. Actually, a fan did ask if there was any changes to the set list coming up. So to the fan that asked that, here you go. You might get to see back-to-back albums.
Yeah, coming pretty soon.
We actually went to see Gowan last week, and it was the 40th anniversary of the Strange Animal album. So he did some of his greatest hits, and then he stopped, and then he's like, we're going to do the whole album.
Yeah.
And then it was so cute because he did like the first half on the record, and then he was like, okay, so for all of you under 30, you may not know that this is the part where we
flip the record
we pause
over.
and flip the record over. And now we're going to do the second half of Strange Animal.
Wow.
So they're a lot of fun. I like those because you get to hear those songs that you really love that aren't singles, aren't in
the deep tracks.
A 90-minute set list, right? And I mean, we all have favorites on all those albums that
Absolutely. And you know, I think we're a really strong opener. We helped sell tickets, and like BTO, we were a good opener.
Oh, that was
Triumph,
a great show.
we were a good opener.
I was there too.
But we can only get like 50 minutes max, you know, so we can't always dive into the deep tracks because you want to hear Just Between You and Me and Roller.
Yes.
And Gypsy Queen.
Yes.
But we have all these great tunes, you know, so yeah, it's you gotta sometimes stick with the hits when you're doing a shorter set.
Yes.
When you're doing a longer set, then you can go a little deeper.
I was having this discussion actually with Prism because they were here in January and they did close to 2 hours.
Wow.
Because it was just them. And
yeah.
I had spoken to Greg Cox and Marc Gladstone because CoverGirl's my favorite. I was like, can you please put CoverGirl on that set list, please? And they did.
Cool.
Which is fantastic. But then they did a co-headliner.
Okay.
And of course, then you're restricted to the 45-minute set. So when I had interviewed Marc Gladstone the week before the show, I asked him, and he's like, "No, we're not doing cover. We can't because
we don't have the time."
Yeah. So, hey, if we can get like a 90-minute, 2-hour April wine show, I'm sure all of us will.
Sure.
Would love to hear some of these.
I'd enjoy it too, because I finished doing a 45-minute set, and I'm like, wow, let's go. I'm all like, I'm ready to go, you know. So.
Well, your show in the Nanaimo that I was at was fantastic because it was just you.
Yes.
And we got that longer set list, right? So.
Yeah, we're doing 90 minutes tonight, I think. So
are you?
You'll get some good tunes tonight.
I think we can't stay, sadly, but
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but hopefully somebody will post video for us. So I want to talk about Brian.
Sure.
Brian's one of my favorite childhood heroes, idols. I absolutely adore him. I've never met him, but I love him to death.
You've never met him?
I have not. No, him and Miles, I never had the chance
well,
to meet.
I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I can help you with that.
If you don't hear from me after this video, it's because I've died.
I've been abducted by Brian Greenway.
But what is it like for you to work with such a legend?
Oh, he's great. He's funny, he's witty, he's fast. And he's still really super passionate about what he does. You know? And he took the time to coach. You know, he came to my house and we just took the time to work out guitar parts and have coffee and eat cookies and get to know each other, you know? And you want to have that kind of energy at 72, let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know, he's passionate. He loves being on the bus. He loves touring. He loves being on tours.
Yes.
It's what he's done all his life.
Yes.
And for him, that's home.
Yes.
You know? So, and he's open-minded. You know, when we brought in new digital equipment to make it easier to travel, because it's really expensive lugging amplifiers and cabinets across the world now. Now they make these computers called fractals, and I got him turned on to that. And he, inside of a month, he knew it a lot better than I did. Wow. He really dove into the technology, read the manuals, looked at the videos. He was open-minded, you know. And a lot of people, sometimes as you grow older, you close up a bit more. You're not as curious.
Yes.
I think that's the key to staying young, is to stay curious for the whole of your life. Learn a language at 74. You can. Learn a new instrument. You know, be Brian Greenway. Learn about new computers for guitar.
100%, yes.
You know, so I admire him a lot for that.
Yeah. Well, he's phenomenal. Like Before the Dawn is one of the of the show-stopping moments in an April Wine show.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any memorable road stories with April Wine specifically in the past 4 years that you've been with them? You're laughing, so they're there.
Well, there's tons. I mean, the couple in London, Ontario, who fell in love again in front of my eyes, that was incredible. There's a gentleman who asked us on the BTO tour, he said, do you mind stretching just between you and me? Can you make it longer? And I go, why? He goes, I want to propose to my girlfriend.
Aww.
So we doubled the guitar solo. And I told him, I said, when you start the guitar solo, you get down on your knee, that's your cue. So I start the guitar solo, we threw a spotlight on him, and we put him up on the big screen. So he's like, what a proposal, right?
Did she say yes?
She said yes.
That's great.
He's in front of 18,000 people, he's on one knee, he's proposing to her, he's on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, and then, so that was a wonderful, wonderful memory, you know. And, you know, just meeting musicians, meeting your idols, meeting people you grew up listening to, that's fantastic. Being able to do that, you know. The traveling is what you get paid for. The traveling is not always easy. But I don't get paid to get up there and sing. I get paid to be on a tour bus and not being able to sleep.
Yes.
You know, and then having to take naps the whole tour because you can't sleep when you're on a moving vehicle, you know. So
I can't either, for the record.
Tried everything. So get paid to do that more than to go to play music, you know. But yeah, for me, it's all about just the people I meet and feeding off their passion, you know, seeing the Rick Emmets and Gilmores and the Phil X's and the Brent Fitzes and the Todd Kearns, and seeing how passionate and professional they are and how courteous and how good human beings they are.
Oh, they are.
You know?
Yeah.
And being on the road with April Wine, and the guys are just, the crew is incredible, you know? Good, solid human being. I'd go to war with any one of these guys.
Yep.
You know, and the camaraderie is says a lot about being on the road. You know, it's 9 guys in a fart tube. The tour bus is called the fart tube, right? And that's what it is. So you gotta love those guys because you see them all the time.
Yeah.
When you're tired of seeing them, you go away.
Yeah.
You know, people know if I got my headphones on, don't bother me. I need to be in my space.
Yes.
I love you. Go away. You know, I've seen enough of you in the last week, and they've seen enough of me.
At least you've said it with so much love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know it. I love you. Fuck off.
So I've seen April Wine 4 times in a year.
Okay.
And I want to talk about the November show in Enoch because Brian was unable to make it.
Yes.
And we had Greg Cox fill in.
Who did an amazing job, by the way. Good job, Greg.
He did an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
So us here in Northern Alberta, we're not familiar with Greg. Obviously, Greg has numerous bands in Calgary and is very popular.
He's in Prism. And,
and in Prism as well.
Not in prison.
No, Prism.
He's in
Prism.
Although he's probably been in prison before, but that's a whole other story.
Oh gosh, Greg, we still love you. How did that come to be? Because he did a phenomenal
Absolutely,
job.
Yeah. Well, he and Roy, our drummer, are old friends. Like really old. Like they're so old, they're prehistoric. They're super old friends.
Yeah.
And they've known each other for a long time. So, you know, we asked Greg to come in and fill in for Brian. Brian lost his passport, or he got his passport stolen. I forget now. In Poland, he couldn't come back to Canada. He didn't have a passport. And we were flying out of Poland into Toronto and into the gig. So we called Greg, and he just learned the song super quickly and did a phenomenal job. You know, yeah, it was incredible.
He did All of Us in the Front Row.
It's his fault. You see, there's Roy.
Hi, Roy. All of Us in the Front Row were astonished.
Yeah. How quickly we turned that around.
Yeah. And it was an excellent show. Like, it was just a top-notch, phenomenal show as well. Yeah, it
was fun for us too, having somebody different up there, right? It's always like, it's fresh. And it was great. Yeah, he did a great job.
There is this joke that I'm like the president of the Greg Cox fan club now. I tease him about that every time I see him, so. Any new music in April Wine's future with you as the lead singer? That's another question that was asked and one that I had written down. Yeah,
once the family gets settled, because, you know, when somebody passes in a family, there's like, what do you call the heritage of the family that needs to be settled? What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure. lineage,
the
estate?
The estate, thank you. So once the estate is settled, and they'd have to go into Miles's phone and listen to his snippets of recordings that he had.
Yeah.
We'd love to record new music. It would be great if we could grab an idea that Miles had.
Yes.
Right? Because he was the main songwriter.
Yes.
So out of respect for him, I've got songs, Roy's got songs, Brian has songs, but April Wine were Miles Goodwin's songs. So could we go in his phone and listen to a few of his ideas and then try to turn those into songs? That would be a cool way to do it, because you'd hear a new song and you'd know that it came from Miles's soul, and that we took it and embellished it and made it our own. So that's something we're thinking about doing, but we have to wait until the estate is settled and all the legal stuff is done.
Okay. What about a live album?
I'd be into that. A live DVD and an album, that would be amazing. Yeah, and we're talking about it, so it might get done soon.
Okay.
Maybe sooner than later.
No, that'd be great. We would love that.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm actually enjoying seeing is going into record stores now, and April Wine is probably one of the few of the Canadian classic rock bands that have all of these really funky. Have you seen these? They have the releases of the original albums, but like with different colored vinyl.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Special. And I haven't seen many Canadian bands do this. April Wine, I think Tease had some too.
Okay.
But they're very cool. And every time I go into the record store, I see new one, and I'm like, okay, how much money can I spend today?
Yeah. Vinyl's coming back in a big way now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this music is not going anywhere. We're seeing younger and younger audiences at our shows, and I talk to them. I go, "What are you doing here?" We listen to our dad's records, man. We listen to our parents' record collection. We love April Wine, and they're 18.
Well, and this is the argument, as you're well aware, that I've had with people on social media, and that I will still have people argue on social media, that April Wine, just because Miles has passed, you're still honoring his legacy and continuing to bring these songs to new generations. So these songs and these memories can live on and on and on. And you do a phenomenal job of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I grew up listening to April Wine. The star in April Wine was April Wine.
Yep.
It was the band.
Mm-hmm.
The star in April Wine were the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So all you people out there saying I'm not Miles Goodwin, no, I'm not. And all you guys out there saying it doesn't sound the same, no, it doesn't. I'm not Miles Goodwin. I'm there to serve the song. I'm doing the best job I can to sing this song and make it sound like I remember it when I listen to it, like you remember it when you listen to it. You come see the show, the first songs, you're like, okay, it's not Miles. Then you go, yeah, that's kind of cool. I like this song. Oh, this song, I love this song. After 3 songs, you're like, woohoo, you're having a good time. It's all about the songs. Who cares about the schmuck singing it up there, right? The people are having a good time, the band's having a good time, the music is king. Music is king.
And I mean, you're 100% correct. And I mean, you do a phenomenal job though. Like, you're an amazing lead singer.
Thank you.
I have gone to a lot of April Wine shows with people that have never seen you before. And I haven't had a single person say that it absolutely sucked. They're like, no, Maria, you're right. We're coming with you the next time.
I've had this lady in Kingston when we did the opener for Steve Miller. And she sees me after the show. I was talking with my sister and she's shaking. And she goes, oh my God. And she starts crying and shaking. And she goes, you're my favorite singer. I've been listening to you for 40 years. And I just said, oh, thank you so much. I gave her a big hug. She had no clue.
Oh, wow.
I was not Miles Goodwin.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All she heard were those songs. She maybe never saw a picture of Miles. You know? Miles had hair.
Yeah.
He
did beautiful curly hair.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter.
Well,
I sang her those songs and she listened to April Wine that night and she had a great time.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Well, my best friend that came with me at the Nanaimo show, he was like, I don't know an April Wine song. And I said to him,
I bet you do.
Oh, yeah, you do. I'm like, your radio station in your trunk is on, or in your truck rather, is on classic rock.
You do.
You're going to sit beside me and go, oh yeah, I know that one and I know that one. And lo and behold, that's exactly what he did.
Of course.
It's like, oh yeah, you're right. I know this one and I know this one. And then He's like, next time they come back to Nanaimo, you're coming back and we're taking my dad. Yes,
Hey, I'm hearing my cue for sound check pretty soon.
Okay, that's. I have one last question.
Okay, good timing.
Your last question is, you have a family, which you've talked about.
Yes.
What are your interests outside of music?
Oh, my daughters. I know, my daughters. I love motorcycling, cycling, sports. You know, I like to try to stay in shape and stay active. I love reading books. I love biographies. I love anything that my daughters are into. I'm a total dad nerd.
That's awesome.
I swear to God. One guy asked me, he goes, dude, after like a 7-week tour with Triumph like that, what's it like to come back home? Is it hard to do the transition? And I answered, I said, to me, it's about like, Dad, what's for supper? That's about as long as it takes for me to do the transition to go back to my other life, right?
Yeah.
Dad, I'm hungry. I scraped my knee. That brings me right back. And honestly, I'm so grateful to, be the singer in April Wine, but I feel much more important as a father.
100%.
I feel like
your daughters are lucky to have you.
Well, thank you. I feel like I'm doing a better job with those two girls, because they're just the loves of my life.
How old are they?
Livia's 11 and Amelia's going to be 9 on the 4th of August.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, happy early birthday, Amelia.
Je vous aime, mes filles.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to get you to sound check.
Okay.
Love you lots.
Yeah.
I love
if you want to come into, I love you too. If you want to come